Hello all, welcome to another lesson of the Rook vs Pawns and Games. This lesson we are going to talk about the Rook spawn and the possibility of reaching a stalemate position. If you remember, when we have a Rook pawn, even if we promote it in that lines of the under promotion to a knight, it's very hard to avoid defeat. So here is a different situation because we don't have white king on g3 and black king on g1. So that under promotion possibility is also not possible. Uh, and when white to move, and of course, if black to move in this situation, no matter what, we can reach a stalemate. The idea is to place the king in the corner in front of the pawn. So when white tries to reach, there's no space for it to get away, and we get a draw by stalemate. Let's see, for example, one approach, giving a check. So of course we don't go to h3 because we don't want to allow the possibility of the under promotion knight and losing the game. So we go down, and then as the king can't move, white either releases the pressure going again for the pawn, and then we go back and check, and we can get a draw by repetition, or if the king approach, now black king can't go anywhere and it's a stalemate. So easy position to remember. We try to get our king to the corner. Let's move on to a very similar position, but now the pawn is a bit farther away. In this position, of course, the rook can do the same approach of delivering a check from the top from g8. But here, let's see what happens if it goes trying to a side check. Check, and then don't make the mistake of going farther away from the pawn. Keep the attacking king away. So the right move is this one that promotes the defensive shouldering. Let's imagine then white tries another approach. So we go down and then check from g8. Now only move. Again, be careful. Always pay attention for what's happening. So going king f1 is the move. So if now it attacks the pawn, I go back. If the king moves, I can advance the pawn. So this is more or less the first position we saw. So when the rook delivers a check, I go to the corner, and when the king approach, I get an easy draw. So you see that the best chance when we have a rook pawn is to go for the stalemate position. So instead of the other pawns that can go to the under promotion trick, here, because we saw already that the under promotion for a knight is not enough, the better is to try to reach our position into a stalemate. Of course, this is very hard if the pawn is far away. So in this position, no matter if it's white to move or black to move, the pawn moves for this side. Uh, it's far away, and no matter what we do, we can't avoid the defeat. Let's see, for example, what happens if I try to reach the stalemate position. White can simply do a lot of moves, but just bringing the king is enough. We reach the similar position as before, but with a key difference, because now white has the move. Because so we don't have the time to reach the ideal key square, so we can guarantee more or less the draw. So delivering a check now. Of course, if I go back, I simply bring the king, and in the next move I will check the king and grab the pawn. So the king goes 4 near the corner, but because the king will always have another square to move, it's impossible to stay in stalemate position. And now when it moves, we deliver this check that we saw before in previous lessons. Check, the king moves up, only one move again, and now checkmate. Okay, this was a short lesson just for you to remember that if you are playing or against or with the rook pawn against a rook, it's the stalemate trick that matters. Okay, bye bye. See you again in another lesson.